Hi, my name is Julia Worry, and I'm going to do a tutorial on mindme. And right now we're going to go over the administrative page for campaigns so that you can see what kind of data you're collecting and how you might be able to better use that when you're sending out either a text message campaign or when you're sending out a mobile page, or how your messages are doing. I interpret this data a lot of different ways, and I would love to hear feedback on how you all interpret this data and how you use it to build your business. So let me go ahead and jump right in here and share. I am on the campaigns page here, and what I'm seeing on my main campaigns page is the name of the campaign, the date that I sent it, along with the time. My time zone is Eastern time, so the dates and times that you're seeing here are all Eastern time zone. The number of messages that were sent out. The status on all of these is saying sent, but will change and is different based on when I'm sending out a campaign. So if I were sending one currently, it would say processing. If it were a draft, it would say draft. So that kind of thing. Over here to the right, I have a copy or a duplicate. That's where the two pages are, copy, or a trash can. Now, one of the things that I ran into as a real concern when I got to this page is, oh my heavens, I can only see 6 of my campaigns. Where are they? Because I've sent out way more than that. So my first instinct was to change and show 100 entries. So you'll see here, I changed to 100, but I've sent out several and they're not showing up. Here's why. I need to change the date. So it can show me the last 30 days, the last 3 months, or all of my campaigns. Okay. I know that seems simple, but boy, oh boy, I was stumped one day. I couldn't figure out where my campaigns were and why I couldn't see them. So I shared that with you. I've been sending out campaigns, I believe, since last year. Yeah, it's actually officially been over a year. My first campaign was June 27th of 18, and then I sent one on the 16th, specifically to announce webinars, specifically just to my team. So if you're growing your team and you'd like to communicate with your team all at one time, this is a great way to do it, right? You want to do a reminder, maybe everybody's not on Facebook. This is a great way to do it because you're texting them directly. Now, statistically, 97 to 99% of your text messages are going to land in a phone, statistically. Does that mean it's read? Does that mean that the link that you include is opened? It does not. But it does mean that they land. So I do point out to you that sometimes you might want to not include a link. Maybe you just want to include a message. So that's good. I also would tell you that personally, I frequently have very provocative messages in my text messages. And by provocative, I just mean getting a rise out of somebody. I want to get them to take action. So some of my messages include, let me show you here. It takes a second to load. Sorry, guys. Show you some of these text messages here. Have you given up on custom supplements? If you don't do anything different, then nothing will change. I think that's kind of a provocative message. You know what I mean? Like that's not your, hi, this is Julia, I'd love to talk to you, and you're a really nice person, and hey, there's a webinar tonight. No, it's, have you given up on custom supplements? If you don't do anything different, then nothing will change. Look, now I'm going to show you a little bit of a tip here, guys. It is very simple to hit click or press or tap or something like that. Don't use the word click or link in your text messages or in your emails. It will deprecate your it will deprecate the message. It won't necessarily land. The word look has been very effective for me. I will tell you the word look. When they hit look and they go to the page, that little tiny link, in this case, went directly to my to my I Decide page. This is my I Decide page, okay? I use this identical message with different links all the time, okay? This page that we're looking at, you'll notice, is an administrative page for the campaign. The first thing you'll see is the name of the campaign is right here. And what's cool is I could change that anytime. I could call this Failure Campaign 101, Successful Campaign 202. I mean, I could change that to be anything. What it's showing me is back, archive, and copy. Okay. Could archive this if I want to. The date that it was delivered, it was actually set up to go out, I believe, at 7:30, or 7 o'clock, but the final delivery was made just shy of 8 p.m. I bring that to your attention because if you're going to use this to invite people to a webinar and you only give it 10 minutes, it might land, it might arrive after the webinar has begun or even ended. Real important fact there, okay? Next section here is the contacts. This section here is the contacts, okay? So the contacts will change based on the list. The name of my list was called Begin, and you notice how it's in a kind of a salmon colored box. Here's the keys down here. So the box color goes back to these here. So this was Begin was an imported file. If it was from a mobile page, a favorite, a not favorite, a tag, an offer, an all contacts, mail out, a web form, an import, a hash key, or a keyword, then the color of that little block would change, but it would still give me the name of the list. It would just be in a different file. And it was equal to Begin if I was removing people from that. Like if I had, I want to mail everybody in the list Begin except for people tagged already seen this message, then there would be a minus sign and it would show me that too. You'll see here it says messages 608, that's how many went out. It says 0 bounced, 100% were sent, like none of them got clogged up or didn't go. 0 opted out. 4.93%, 30 people clicked. 95% didn't click, and it gives me the numbers. Down here, it shows me the link that they went to, and I can even hit view, and it shows me that again. Now, this is the part that's so super cool. Do you see these gray buttons here that say save? Every time that I send out a text message, a campaign, and every time people click, now I gotta wait a couple days. It doesn't happen immediately because people will actually click up to 2 weeks later, which is crazy. But every time somebody clicks, I can hit save right there, and I can save that list. And now I have a list of people, 30 people who have clicked this page. And guess what I do with those 30 people? Yes, I call them. Those are my 30 people that I call. Those are my 30 dials. What do you think, Daryl? I can't hear you. Tell me what you think. I'm dying to hear. What do you think?
Well, I mean, what's interesting is I've had mindme for some time, and this training has made me realize how underutilized I really have not taken advantage of everything that's in this tool. So I really do appreciate this training. There were some things I knew, but there were quite a few things I didn't. So I'm really digging this right now. Thank you.
That's awesome. Well, the reason I pull it to your attention too is because our challenge, we're in a challenge right now, and our challenge is to make 30 phone calls per day, 10 days in a row. And when we do that, our brain goes immediately to, the first thought is self-enrollment. Hey, I want to make these 30 calls because I want to rank up. And then the second thing that we think is, oh my golly, where will I get 30 new people every day? Because the challenge isn't just 30 a day, it's 30 new a day, right? So with 30 new a day, where will I get them? Well, guess where you get them from? The people who click. Now, I do notice, and I will tell you that I have to be very, very aware, I do notice that many times the same people click. So if I'm being true to myself, which in this challenge, it only works if you're being honest with yourself, then I really want to make sure that I'm not adding somebody as a new person if I've already added them to the list another day, but I might still try to reach them even if I need to, I could still add them to the list. But that's one way I get my 30 is right from there, which I absolutely love. So coming back here, that also gives me.
Can I interject something? So what if the engagement is low? You know what I mean? So
Like
what would you
30?
recommend? If your stuff is under 30, and
Oh,
you're,
sure. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
how do,
then text it out again. And I would say text it out. There are so many variables. So when you're thinking in terms of these messages going out, let me my brain goes to the variables. I could change the time it goes out or the day. I could change the message that I have in the text. I could
Mhm,
change the list. I could change the destination, right?
mhm. And
So my first,
could you repeat the effective times again for East Coast, West Coast?
yes, it is between 7 and 9 Eastern, which
Hmm.
is 4 and 6 Pacific. And that is for weekdays. Now let me be real specific on that. That is for Monday through Thursday. Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 works. Friday's weird, right? Because Friday people could be going on vacation, especially in the summertime. They could be at happy hour. That could be their complete shutdown time. Friday night, 9 o'clock, or 7 o'clock. I'm exhausted. I'm not doing so there is a variable on the weekends. So Friday's a little tricky. Saturday, I find just as much effectiveness from 2 till 4 p.m. Eastern time as I do from 7 to 9 weekdays.
That's incredible. Go figure.
I know, but it's because people are unwinding. Now,
Right.
Sunday nights are really cool. Sunday nights are amazing times. Sunday nights are, oh my gosh, I'm going to go back to work tomorrow. This is going to really stink. I don't want to go back to work. So Sunday nights, you're getting the people who are like, oh, I got to figure something else out. So that's a different, there's a whole different
Whole
brain.
different mindset and brain stuff going on.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly. So thinking in terms of that. So I literally try to think of, okay, I'm going to get a text message. What time of day is the most auspicious for that? What's the best time that that I'm going to be aware of it? And it's interesting because I've tried earlier in the day, but I don't think it is as effective as later, because my list is a mixed list. So I have everything from the entire United States. I don't have any Canada as far as I know, but entire United States does include Alaska and Hawaii. So, that means that I have to be aware of times. So that's really important. Um, okay. So this has been really good. I want you to see that. The next thing I'm going to show you in our next video is tags.